The 5 themes of geography are a way of organizing information to make your study of geography more effective. If you use the 5 themes while reading about a place or watching a video, you can easily organize your information into categories that will allow you to understand places around the world. The first theme we will look at is movement. People, goods, and ideas are constantly moving. For example, people are moving to other countries or within their country. This is called migration. Every day, people move as part of their jobs, either to get to work or while on their job. Refugees are people who flee their country because of either war, famine, or a natural disaster. For example, a flood or an earthquake. People also travel the world as tourists, visiting places during their vacation. Ideas are also constantly moving, and our technology has made that so much easier. With computers, phones, television, and radio, we are instantly connected to people all around the world. Even education has changed due to technology. Computers now allow people to take courses without having to set foot in a classroom. Lastly, goods are always moving. You saw this while doing your homework on products from around the world. Living in Arlington, you rely on the movement of products in order to get all the things you need to survive. Imports are goods that come into a country. Exports are goods that are sent out of the country. Look at the following slides and think about how these pictures are examples of movement, either of people, goods, or ideas. What do you think? How are these pictures examples of the movement of people? Look at the pictures on this page. How is this an example of movement? What is moving? People, goods, or ideas? How is the Zika virus an example of movement? How do you think it spread so quickly? Location describes where a place is found. Another word for this is site. There are 2 ways to describe location. There is relative location. Relative location tells you what a place is near. For example, Arlington is located near Washington, D.C. You can also use words like north, south, east, and west to describe relative location. The other way to describe location is absolute location. Absolute location tells you exactly where a place is. In the world, we use latitude and longitude. In your neighborhood, we use your street address. To use latitude and longitude, the world is divided into hemispheres. A hemisphere is part or half of the world. For latitude, you divide the world along the equator into the northern and southern hemispheres. For longitude, you divide the world along the prime meridian into the western and eastern hemispheres. Let's look more closely at latitude and longitude. First, latitude. We measure latitude as a distance north or south of the equator. Lines of latitude are always drawn east to west. Another name for lines of latitude is parallels, because the lines are parallel to each other. The highest lines of latitude are 90 degrees north and 90 degrees south. Now let's look at longitude. Lines of longitude measure distance east and west of the prime meridian. Lines of longitude are always drawn north to south. Another name for lines of longitude is meridians. The highest lines of longitude are 180 degrees east and 180 degrees west. This line at 180 degrees is called the International Date Line. We use latitude and longitude to describe absolute location. When writing latitude and longitude, always write the latitude measure first and then longitude measure. Remember, north and south measurements come before west and east measurements. For example, Miami, Florida is located at 26 degrees north and 80 degrees west.